Welcome to The Savvy Scribe, a podcast for freelance healthcare and medical writers who want to start or grow their business. Your hosts, Carol Bush and Janine Kalbach, will help you build a profitable health writing business without having to spend years figuring it out on your own. Now, let's join the conversation.
Hi guys, Janine Kalbach here. Sorry for the interruption, but I am dying to tell you guys about our new Savvy Scribe Growth Lab strategic coaching program for healthcare writers. If you are a healthcare writer making less than $1,000 a month and just starting out in their, even if you've never written before it, just starting out in a business, we are wanting to help you. We have a group going right now, so there is a waiting list, but Carol Bush and I are live with you twice a week. If you cannot come to the live sessions because you are working another job right now, we totally understand. Everything is replayed. You're going to get a workbook, handouts, and yes, homework to help take your business forward. We are with you with group coaching. We provide hour-long trainings and co-working sessions with accountability. So if you're ready to join us, we would love for you to be a part of it. If you go to savvyscribegrowthlab.writern.net, sign up to be on the waiting list. You will get access to a private Facebook group, all the live video trainings, hours of trainings, and much, much more. Check it out, guys. Okay, back to the show. Hey everybody, Janine here. Today we are talking about things to do when you don't know what to do. And you might have looked at this title and thought, what the heck is she even talking about? I always have things to do when I don't know what to do. I still have things to do. But this podcast episode is not about boredom, but more of the overwhelming confusion that many of us entrepreneurs get while we have all these floating ideas all around. So what we're going to dive into today deals with more of those floating ideas of, I could do this, I could do that, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. And even writer's block, like a lot of us writers out there get if we're feeling that overwhelming, too many ideas, no ideas type of feeling. So first I want to talk about the 3 ways. The first one is what I like to call a brain dump. I discovered this when I was first starting in my business because I felt very overwhelmed. And that feeling, by the way, guys, doesn't go away. When I started writern.net, my business, I didn't know the direction to go. When you're starting as a freelancer, there's no path, truly. You just start and you kind of hope for the best, at least in my situation. I networked with a lot of people, which really helped. And then I had a lot of mentors and a coach along the way, which really helped as well. But going back to that brain dump, what I want you to do is pull out a piece of paper, an envelope, I don't know, anything. You can write anything you can write on, a napkin, or as we'd like to do in the hospital, a paper towel. And a piece of paper, or open up a Google Doc, whatever you can do to write on or type on or whatever can get these thoughts out. And take time, and you could press pause right now, to get rid of those thoughts out of your head. Sometimes what I do, because I have a lot of sections of my life, I'll take a piece of paper, divide it into 4 areas. The first top corner will say home personal. To the right, it'll say Write RN. On the bottom right-hand corner, it'll say hospital. In the bottom left-hand corner, it'll say research. Those are the 4 areas of my life. Home and personal is the whole life at home, right? So that might be grocery shop, laundry, drive a kid here, drive a kid there, register the kid for this, fill out this form, pay this bill, you name it. Run, go on a run, go on a date with my husband, maybe pick up my kid from school. Because yes, sometimes I lose track of time and I need to make sure I am picking up my kid from school. Things I might need to put in the calendar, things I might need to schedule or pay for. If we're going on like a vacation, do I need to pick out a hotel or pay for that or schedule it? Do I need to go fill up the car with gas? Simple things like that. Do I need to like take the dog to the vet or schedule an appointment? That is all under home personal. And sometimes, especially if I worked at the hospital many days in a row, that list can be very long. Especially, I like to call them my Tuesdays of craziness, because Tuesdays are usually after what I call a trifecta, my Saturday, Sunday, Mondays that I do at the hospital, where I'm not really thinking, we're surviving at home. Kids are eating because my husband feeds them. Everybody's having a good time without mom. And then I come back in the picture on Tuesday, which I scheduled, which totally has helped you guys. Laundry day on Tuesdays and Fridays. And then I do like a 15-minute cleanup in the mornings when the kids are out the door or they're out of my way. 15 minutes, I just spruce up the house. And I'll tell you, it really does help. I know 15 minutes doesn't sound like a lot, but it really does help. So those are my Tuesday home list gets very long. Now the right RN on the other side there, that too can get long on Tuesdays, because if I do my hospital job, that list can get long. There might be, and I always start with the money, like Carol does. You start with the money. You do the invoices, the follow-ups, the proposals, things, whatever it has to do with money, because that's what's going to take your business forward, right? Sometimes it's pitching that I need to do if I'm trying to gain a new client. Sometimes it's recording these podcasts like today. So all those, though, have different subtasks. So sometimes I can get carried away where I put like podcast, but I have to put under it research topics, check questions, check email to see what everybody's asking out there. That bottom right-hand corner where it's hospital, that's my hospital job. I am in charge of new employees for our education area. I'm an educator in our department. So the new employees I meet up with weekly. So there might be somebody I need to follow up with. I might need to chart audit on somebody. There might be something rolling out. This is stuff I take care of at the office, ideally, when I'm in that role. But sometimes there's these leftover things that I just need to make sure I write down just to get them out of my head and put them somewhere else, because I don't look at that stuff again until I'm in the office. And that other side, the research job, that's my other very, very PRN job that I love, because I'm with my twin sister and we have an awesome boss, and it's us three, and we just have such a good time. We work alongside our doctors. So it's so much fun. And there might be just some things again there that I just need to catch up on. But again, those are things I do in the office, but again, need to come out of my head. So that would be the first step, is to do a brain dump, whatever is in your head. Now, that being said, those are just tasks in my life. There might be a bunch of ideas that you're trying to search for example, this podcast or a blog or pitches for a client that you're trying to get out of your head. Write them down, get everything down, and then you start to prioritize. And the way I like to prioritize is to walk away. Not just walk away for a whole day. You don't want to do that, because then you might not come back to it. But did you ever wonder why your best ideas seem to come when you're like in the shower and stuff? Well, truly it's because there is dopamine that's released in our brains when we're relaxing. So sometimes you might feel like you get great ideas in the shower, listening to music, taking a walk, exercising. And it's because of this surge of dopamine. So when we have a time to relax, it's a relax not only our bodies, but our minds. So our attention turns away, especially after a brain dump, from these crazy things in our head, and it turns inward so we can truly start to think about those ideas. And you ever see people say, like, back in the day, so many bands, back in the 60s, a lot of people were doing drugs, and how did they write such meaningful music on drugs? Well, think about it. They were in this Zen state of mind. Now, I am not promoting drugs by any means. I'm a very sober individual, but it tells you if you have a relaxed state of mind, if you can meditate, if you can sit and think, it will help you with creativity. Because when we're distracted, our brains get so overwhelmed and problematic that we can't focus in on the creativity. My son and my husband both have ADHD, and I see it. I see that distraction and where they can't focus. And then so my husband is very creative in the sense of he's a drummer, he's a musician. But my little guy, he can't like draw a picture with something imaginary because if he's not on a medicine, because his mind is constantly distracted. So think about it. That's why we need this like Zen state of mind. That's why all these wellness things, this prevention of disease is so popular right now, because people are in tune to their mind and the mindfulness and to stop, relax, and think. So beyond that, after you reflect, hopefully you have a little more clarity and you can then make that list of the things you need to do and know where to move forward. So sometimes that may help you get out of that confusion state, that overwhelming state, and help you brainstorm ideas if you're in that writer's block state. So even after that, if you're still having trouble, which I've been there, you guys, I call upon my tribe. Right now, Carol and I have a group going on called the Savvy Scribes, and we are a collective group of freelancers, beginning freelancers, and we help you through all these questions and overwhelming thoughts and the to-dos that we've been there. We know what you're going through. So, and each other. It's not just Carol and I. We have a lot of experienced freelancers in that group that are willing to give information and resources and help you, guide you, because you're not alone through this. And I think the hardest thing being an entrepreneur is feeling like you are alone. So reach out. You can always submit us a question. Just email us at savvyscribes, that's with an S at the end, @gmail.com. Follow along in our podcast. Join our email list. You can go on writern.net, like you're writing something, rn.net, and you'll see, easy way to sign up for our email list. If you just need a little bit more feeling like somebody's there, connect with me on LinkedIn, connect with Carol on LinkedIn. These are easy ways for you to have a connection to somebody, a mentor. And yes, we're going to give you advice. We're going to help. That's what this podcast is all about. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope it helps, because that overwhelming feeling of, I don't know what to do, I don't know where to go, it never goes away. But if you can try to step back, take those steps, the brain dump, the reflection, and to call upon a tribe, you will get forward and you will get some clarity. All right, guys, that's this episode. I hope you have a wonderful day, a wonderful season in your life, and I hope you gain some clarity from this podcast. Now go get your write on. Take care. Hey, Janine popping in here. I wanted to let you guys know, if you didn't know how to get a hold of us to work with us, you can always just send us an email at savvyscribes, with an S at the end, @gmail.com. We're willing to help you find a freelance writer for your business. We are willing to answer any questions that you might have. Just shoot us an email, and Carol and I will get back to you probably within the next 24 hours. savvyscribes@gmail.com. Back to the show.
That's a wrap for today's episode of The Savvy Scribe. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed today's show, we'd love for you to subscribe and leave a review on iTunes or your favorite podcast app. Until next time.